Does it ever happen, Flosstubers, that you turn on your camera and you just stare at it for like 5 minutes? That happened. Hi Flosstube! I am coming to you with a halfway point Stitchmania update, a little mini life update, little gazpacho images. Today it's raining here, so I don't know how the lighting is gonna be, but I put on like my daylight stuff, but I don't know if you can see. It is super gray and rainy because we are coming up on the opening of hurricane season, which officially will start June 1st, because why not? So last year we had a hurricane. They say, here, so you guys can get more there. Noble steed. They say that typically if a hurricane passes through, it'll skip a year. That's what they say. Obviously, it can go twice in a row and hit and whatever, but we're not gonna think about that. We're gonna think happy thoughts. And no hurricanes, just some rain. I just finished up 2 sessions with teletherapy, which has been super interesting. Oh, by the way, you guys already know, for my returning followers, I put timestamps in the details, like in the show notes, so you can hop around and get to places where you want to listen. Right now I'm talking a little bit about my updates, like just life, which can be boring apparently. So I wanted to share with you guys this masterpiece written by one of my clients. He wrote a song called The Superb Nerd. So it goes like this. I guess I'll read it in poem form. I have no sense of humor. I like spoons. 1 + 1 is 1,000. Done, done. I know how to multiply by 1,002. Now I really know how to make a spoon. Genius. That has been my life, career-wise in a nutshell. It's been so funny to do teletherapy because like the majority of the time I have kids like on their iPad, and I think parents really enjoy like having someone else take care of their child, even if it is for like half an hour. But this is like what I get like the whole time. It's like, or I'll get a whole home tour, or I get to meet like the whole family. Am I boring you, sir? I must be boring today. And what else? I'm trying to think what else. It's been interesting. Hasn't been very productive in the therapy department, but it's been fun and interesting. And I think parents are appreciating, like I said, getting away from their kids for like 30 minutes, even though I'm on a screen. And I really have no control over their child because I'm just being held captive on a screen and taken around everywhere. But that's okay. We did have a genius poem come through from this. So this is my first Stitchmania. This is my first Stitchsania because I cannot start all the things. And I've been working hard, stitching away. Stitchmania really was kind of like the kick that I needed to like get the stitchy bug back and really kind of like marathon stitch to get the Macaw done. So without further ado, I am going to introduce to you my current whip Stitchmania update status. Is that okay with you, sir? I think it's okay with him. So, you have seen this 50 million times. I'm almost tired of sharing it. But thank goodness it's pretty to look at. Macaw is here. So Mr. Macaw looks really good. I'm very happy with how this is coming out. And you know, it's super funny because when I bought this pattern, I didn't even know what to expect because, the pattern's by StitchingAddiction on Etsy. I had no idea that it was gonna come out lifelike portrait looking. I really thought it was going to be, no, I really had no expectation. But looking back, I'm really happy that it was not a distorted, fuzzy project. This is like super detailed and is gonna look so good. So I'm finishing up this wing here, and then I start back to green blob. And I'm gonna flash the pattern so you can see this, the page. So that is what is left on this page, which for Stitchsania, my goal is to finish a page before a new start, but I may break the rules, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling yet. I'm hoping, today's Thursday, so if I really go to town and stitch like my life is ending today/tonight, like the remainder of today and tonight, and all day tomorrow, I think I can get a page finished, and I think I can get a legit new start for this weekend. Look at him. I can't wait till he's done. I can't wait. He is on 18 count. And actually that was like a discussion this week. So 18 count. 18 count aida and coverage and threads. And so this is 2 threads, 2 floss threads over 1 aida square. And this is, so people talk about the coverage. The coverage is really good. That is just like, I think that's, I need to run like a lint roller over this. So you get no peeking through of the aida. However, it's thick. So you can kind of see, like, it is a thick piece. I think it's okay for full, or actually I think it's wonderful for full coverage pieces. You need a sharp needle, because when you are stitching and it gets super tight, so that you don't like snag or move around some of the other stitches, a sharp needle will get through without like moving and loosening other ones, and it should look pretty neat. I don't know how my stitches look, but in my opinion they're pretty neat. But I like have fear of saying that and then having someone be like, those stitches are terrible. So in my opinion they're okay, and I'm digging the 2/1 18 count aida. So macaw. I finished that first page in like record time. Like I think it was 4 or 5 days. I wonder if you can hear the rain. It's like really coming down. And I guess watch it move to this position. So I think I did it like in 4 days. I had started the day before, April 30th, like, no, I lied. Started on, I don't remember. It was a Thursday. I know it was the Thursday before the 1st of May. And that was like when I started one page. And then I ended up finishing it, I want to say like that first Wednesday of the first week, and I got a new start. So I ended up starting Unicorn Tapestry. I'm gonna put it here because I don't have it printed out, I don't think. No, I don't have it printed out. So I'm gonna put it here. So Unicorn Tapestry by Tiny Modernist. And hold please, because it's not here. It is here. So Unicorn Tapestry by Tiny Modernist. I'm hoping that these colors are not, no, they're not super blown out. Sometimes, like, it's been really hard to photograph this because of the contrast between the oranges and the blue. It like blows out the colors. You don't get a really real representation of the colors. Like it just looks fluorescent, but it's not. I'm stitching this on 32 count PictureThisPlus Mystic, and it's 2/2. Now, I've said it a million times, I'm a middle starter, so I started in the middle, did this, and then I always travel up to the top left corner. I always have issues with that. Top left corner. But guys, these little tiny, itty tiny motif. And stitching on Mystic linen is torture. It looks pretty, but it is straight up torture. I have noticed that I've had to count like 50 million times and stitch twice, because it's supposed to be like count twice, stitch once. No, it's like count 50 million times and stitch twice, because I still have to frog because I still miscounted. And the other thing is starting and stopping. So since they're small motifs, I'm gonna say motif, they're small, there's like usually 2 colors, yeah, sometimes 3, 2 to 3 colors on each one. So you stitch like 2, then you have to start a new color and then tie off and then start a new color. So this was fun. This was fun. This was so much fun. These little guys, not fun. So what I've been doing and have been sticking with this week, yeah, I worked on this from Thursday through, it is pouring. You guys wanted island? It is pouring rain. You can't see at all, but I'm trying. And look, you like that? That's my stitchy spot, obviously, with my stitchy buddy. I worked on this, I think like from a Thursday all the way through end of day Sunday, which would have been last Sunday, or like this one that just ended. Non-stop on this. Well, non-stop and kind of, because I was getting really burnt out on stitching these little tiny guys, because it's not fun. I mean, it's challenging and it's very rewarding when I see it, but in the moment I'm not happy. So anyway, what I've been doing is now I'm trying to stitch 1 to 3 little motifs every day, so that I don't have to come back to this and just like non-stop stitch little motifs. I want to like slowly do them, because as soon as this is like done, I'll pop the picture here. Like as soon as all of these little tiny guys are done, then you go back down and you've got more full-on stitching, which for me is a little more enjoyable. But yeah, I'm loving the look. This guy is definitely gonna go back, well, if I ever get back to an office and go back to a clinic, because who knows what's gonna happen after all of this is over. We are still shut down. Our borders are still shut down until May 30th. We have no idea what's gonna happen after that. So we're still in basically quarantine mode. Luckily, unluckily, it's raining, so quarantine mode, here. Luckily, unluckily, it's raining, and it's gonna rain all weekend because there's a storm coming through. So it would have been like a quarantine anyway. If it's raining on the island, there's nothing to do except Netflix and stitch. I'm a happy girl. It's okay with me. So I'm hoping to get a lot of progress this week and weekend. So, which leads me to my plans. So I'm hoping to get a finish on my page on this guy. I just want that page. And then I'm done, like basically done. I have like a half page and that's it. So I want a page finish on him. And this is where I get kind of weird, because you guys know that I am not a whip person. I don't like a lot of starts, which, by the way, if you haven't watched her and live under a rock like me, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. I watched her whip train. It's 91 whips. That girl is one, super cool, super awesome. I really hope one day that we can meet in person, because that's another one that I think we would get along really well. 91 projects. I wouldn't sleep. Like, I would be constantly thinking about like, I need to finish, I need to finish, I need to finish, I need to finish. So my hats my hats, multiple hats, and my hat goes off to you, girl. Holy moly. And I really hope that we get to see some finishes, because there's some stuff in there that I'm like, yes. And also, she badly influenced me to purchase 2 things. Hold on, I'm getting a text. Anyway, okay, so I know this is a little bit all over the place. Hoping for the page finish on the Macaw, but, and what I was going to is like, this is the part where I'm like, I want to, I'm gonna insert a picture. I have a planned start, and I posted it on Instagram, and it's not here with me. Pause. I was sitting on it. So, I'm gonna insert picture over Sleepy Gazpacho. This is Lindy Stitches Birds to the Bow. I didn't get that name right, I don't think. The birds. These birds and these colors. So, I did a floss toss, and I went to my stash, which is dwindling, which also makes me nervous that my fabric stash is dwindling. So I have like this urge to purchase a bunch of fabric for the next pandemic. I just died and came back to life. Yeah, he's very bored of me. So anyway, I'm trying to do this in a pro fashion, but I am could not do a floss toss on camera, so I'm just gonna flip the camera and show you guys here. This is what I'm planning for insert image, the Lindy Stitches new piece. So this is on 32 count Carnival. Yes, 32 count Lugana in the colorway Carnival by PictureThisPlus. Guys, like, what even, Gazpacho? What even is life? Those colors. Duke the colors. So for those who don't know Duke the colors, it was like, I don't even remember what the name of the commercial was, but there was a commercial way back when. It was like, Duke the colors. Anyway, so those colors I'm super excited about. Let's get a better. What? What even? What even? Really? Like, OMG. It's gonna look so good. And this is one of those things. So when and someone had asked me, like I had posted a little things to talk about. When I do my fabric purchases, I like variety. So I do have crazy colors that when I purchase them, I have absolutely nothing in mind. Nothing. And then things like this happen. Like I go into my freaking fabric stash and I'm like, oh, what looks good with all of these colors? And then I'm like, oh, this is perfect. And then I also get neutrals. Like I get a little bit of everything. My safe count is 32. 32 is my safe. Okay, what I was saying was, which I don't even really remember very well because Gazpacho had to do bulldog things, which you guys don't want to know about. And I had to go clean it up. My go-to is 32 count. Like I love 32 count. I also very much like higher count. So like the highest count that I have is 56 count. And I think I have 2 or 3 different 56 count fabrics. And then the other thing I can do with 32 is I can stitch over 1, so I get a really tiny count for that too, which I did for my monster whale, which you guys saw. So my safe way is 32. I have recently ordered, under the influence of a lot of floss tubers and a lot of people in the cross stitch community, some 40 count, which I really like. But I always want to have a nice Mirabilia fabric stash. and I stitch all of my mirrors on 32. Now my battle is between even weave and linen. Like, I like the look of even weave, but I like the stitching on linen. That makes sense. Like Lugana, or at least the Lugana from PictureThisPlus is tighter, but my stitches for the Mirabilia, like the few that I've done, I like the look on the Lugana more than the look on the linen, but they're both fine. At the end of the day, they're both fine. And 28 count, I don't think I've ever done. I just think that those X's would be like monsters. But I know that Rika stitches on 28, and a lot of mirror stitchers stitch on 28, but 32 is my jam. And then what else? Okay, I had one other request. So today is super raining, and I've showed you that a couple times. I know people want to see more of the island. So I'm going to share with you guys a little mini clip right now of the most magical sunset I have ever seen in the year and 5 months that I've been living in Nassau right now. Those colors. Oh my God. I have not seen it look like that since. But it was a nice little friendly reminder that greater times are ahead and that there are really beautiful things in the world, like gremlin dogs playing with balls in the background of your Flosstube videos. Oh, I have to do just like a tiny soapbox moment. So if you guys don't like soapboxes, you guys can leave now and I will not be offended. And so thank you for hanging out with me. Here, let's do the soapbox with some good entertainment. He rolls on his ball. Carla, Rolodex. Her latest Flosstube speaks so close to the heart. I think not just for me, but a lot of people. So if you need like a little, just kind of a mental health reminder, Carla, Rolodex Stitches, please go and watch her latest Flosstube. Check on your strong friends, because this is not easy, right? Like this whole thing is not easy. And your strong friends, who are always there to kind of like be there for other people and put on a great face, sometimes are not doing too hot. So let's put this like a little bit into perspective. 1, anxiety is a thing. Depression is a thing. And it's a lot more common than what we like to say, right? We do a lot of hiding and we do a lot of hush-hushing, but it's more common than what we think. And these kinds of things, and we're gonna do this very, like this is a comedy series soapbox. So one of those things is like, when things are spiraling out of control and you just kind of like coast through, sometimes you wake up and you're having a bad day from nothing. Nothing is making you, like there is not one thing that made you feel bad that you can pinpoint. It's like a combination of like volcano stuff, and then the tiniest thing like sets off this just like mental time bomb, and you feel crappy that day. Whether you feel super sad, like all day just crying over a drop of a hat and like whatever, and people are like, what's wrong? And you can't tell them what's wrong because you have no idea what's wrong. Like nothing is wrong, but everything is wrong. And then the other is the anxiety. Like you wake up with impending doom. Like you feel like the world is falling apart and you're ready like to fight at every single second. Like your body and your mind and everything is racing in panic mode over nothing. It's the worst. It's the worst, it's the worst, it's the worst, it's the worst. And I think it's a very normal thing for people to feel. and for people to like go through, but I don't know, it's weird because it's like, it's normal because I understand it, like I get it, I totally understand what it's like to feel just like crap. You feel like crap, but I can't speak for everyone, and I don't know, like for me it's a normal, but I don't know if it's a normal, right? Check on your strong friends. It's hard, and then it's super hard when you start doing like a comparison thing, whatever. It turns into a whole deal, and it's like, this is like my mini soapbox. I'm fine, I'm doing okay. I've had great days and I've had horrible days, but everyone is going to see me in the perfect mood, except those that like are like my poor husband. When he catches me on my bad days, it's not a good day. But we've been together long enough that he knows to just, well, he's learning to just leave me alone. But no. And then I also want to make a non-Flosstube shout out. There is a girl named Katie Carney, not Katie Carney from Katie Stitching, but another Katie Carney with a different spelling. And her YouTube channel is like absolutely nothing to do with cross stitch. But she does a really good job expressing and talking about mental health stuff that also, like, it's weird because you watch these people and you're like, yes, I can relate to that. And you know what? I suddenly feel better because I know I'm not alone. So please go and watch. Carla, please go and watch Katie Carney. I don't know, I mean, if you are into that. I'm into that, I love that. So go do that. And contact your clutch people, your best friends and your family that you can just like call and just rant. Do it, makes you feel better. So that's my soapbox. I'm sorry about that, but I felt like it was super necessary, and I was very much inspired by Carla. Great job, girl. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope that we can do a Zoom, just letting you know, because I'm all about that life, and I know you're Zooming. Que fue eso? If you made it through my entire video, thank you. I hope that you find something that you can relate to and something that just sparks some joy in your life. I love the sparking of joy. I am hoping to do another video in the next 2 weeks. I think that that's kind of like my schedule right now, is like a 2-week thing, because it gives me enough time to kind of compose my thoughts and work on my projects and to give you guys good content. And so yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope I sparked a little bit of joy. Thank you for hanging out till the end, and definitely like the video when you like it, because what it does is it shares the video basically through the YouTube lifespan. Like, share, just do all of the things that make you happy, and keep stitching. Bye guys.